What if I told you that the single most impactful thing you can do today to avoid taking a dangerous fall is far more effective than any balance aid, anti-slip grip socks, or bathroom grab bar you could purchase or install around your home? This crucial safeguard isn't a product to buy, no home renovations are required, and you don't need to stick to a brand new workout schedule to reap its benefits. The solution is far simpler than you'd imagine. It all comes down to adjusting the way you walk. It's just one tiny, specific tweak to a motion you've performed every single day your entire life. Yet you've almost certainly been walking incorrectly for the past several years without ever realizing it. Having worked as a physical therapist with seniors aged 70 and older for 26 years now, I've witnessed this recurring issue countless times. Time and again, patients come into my clinic shortly after suffering a fall, confused and embarrassed by what happened. They always say the same thing. I was merely walking across the kitchen. I wasn't doing anything strenuous or out of the ordinary at all. And they're telling the truth. Their daily routine hadn't changed one bit. That is precisely where the danger lies. Their everyday walking style had slowly turned hazardous, yet no one had ever pointed this out to them before. Today I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know to fix this issue once and for all. I'll break down what's wrong with your current walking pattern, how it drastically raises your fall risk, and the single, effortless adjustment you can make right away to shield yourself from falls, starting with your very next step. No fitness equipment is needed, no trips to the gym required, just one simple tweak that truly has the power to save your life. Before we dive deeper into the details, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, I urge you to hit the subscribe button and turn on notification bells so you never miss tailored health advice designed specifically for older adults. If you find this video helpful, type 1 down in the comments section. If you'd like me to adjust my content to better suit your needs, leave a 0 instead so I can gather your feedback. Let's start with the core issue, shuffling gait. Let me paint a picture for you and ask yourself honestly if this sounds familiar to your own walking habits. Picture yourself moving down a hallway. Your steps are noticeably shorter than they used to be in your younger years. Your feet barely lift off the floor with every stride, sliding forward across the surface in a shuffling motion rather than being fully raised up off the ground. Your upper body leans slightly forward, your eyes stay cast down toward the floor beneath you, and your arms hardly swing back and forth by your sides as you move. You're walking slowly and cautiously because deep down, you've begun to feel less stable on your feet and no longer fully trust the ground underfoot. This movement pattern is known as a shuffle gait, and it's the most prevalent walking dysfunction I observe in adults over 70. It develops so gradually over months and years that nearly everyone fails to notice it forming. What begins as mild caution after a near trip or small stumble evolves into an ingrained habit. Strides shrink further, feet stop lifting entirely, your posture hunches forward, and what you perceive as careful, safe walking is actually one of the riskiest movement habits your body can develop. Here's exactly why shuffling puts you in constant danger. When your feet drag closely along the floor, any small uneven spot instantly becomes a tripping hazard. The edge of a throw rug, a slight raised seam between flooring materials, a crack on the sidewalk outside your home. There is virtually no space between your toes and the ground to avoid catching on these minor obstacles. On top of that, your shortened strides shift your body weight forward constantly. The second your toe snags on something, your body has no time to rebalance itself, no room to steady your stance, and you'll collapse before you even register that you're falling. Shuffling gait is also a clear warning sign of deeper physical decline. The muscles meant to lift your legs, your hip flexors, glutes, and core muscles, have weakened drastically from prolonged underuse, and the neural connection between your brain and your lower limbs has slowed significantly. The encouraging news is both muscle strength and neurological responsiveness can be restored, and the healing process begins with just one straightforward correction. That key adjustment is intentional heel striking. From this moment onward, every step you take should land on your heel first. This heel strike is the natural, biomechanically correct way humans are meant to walk. When you were younger and moved freely without fear of imbalance, each step began with your heel contacting the ground first. Your body weight then rolls smoothly forward along the arch of your foot, crosses the ball of your toes, and you push off through your toes to propel your next step forward. This seamless rolling sequence is the most stable, energy-efficient walking pattern the human body can perform. Unfortunately, as leg muscles weaken and your confidence in your balance fades with age, this natural heel strike disappears entirely. Your foot begins landing flat on the ground or even toe first, creating shorter, lower, highly unstable strides. You stop rolling through your foot structure, you lose the push-off motion needed for proper walking, and shuffling takes over completely. With every month spent walking this way, the muscles responsible for healthy heel striking grow weaker, since they are never activated during your daily movements. Correcting this pattern is far easier than you might anticipate. With every step you take, extend your heel a small distance further forward than your usual stride, and let it make the very first contact with the ground. Feel your weight gradually roll across your entire foot afterward, then push off firmly through your toes as you swing your leg ahead for the next step. Most importantly, lift your foot fully off the floor instead of sliding it across the surface. Pick up your foot, stretch your heel forward, and land heel first each time. When you practice this correctly, countless positive changes happen all at once. Your stride length naturally lengthens, boosting your overall stability and forward momentum. Your feet gain ample clearance above the ground, eliminating the risk of tripping on uneven surfaces and household obstacles. Your posture straightens automatically, as heel striking pulls your center of gravity back into an upright position and fixes that forward lean caused by shuffling. Your hip flexors, glutes, and core muscles get activated once again, slowly rebuilding the leg strength that keeps you steady and prevents falls long term. This single small walking adjustment triggers a full body chain reaction, turning your daily movements into a source of strength and stability rather than constant fall risk. Next, I'll walk you through 5 simple home exercises that will train your body to adopt this healthy walking style until it feels completely automatic and effortless. Exercise 1. Conscious heel strike walking. This foundational practice is essential above all else. You need to slowly, deliberately rehearse heel striking with full mindful awareness. Anyone who has shuffled for months or years has actually lost the muscle memory and neural pathway needed for proper heel-first walking. Disuse has faded this natural movement pattern entirely. This exercise rewires your brain and legs to execute the correct motion repeatedly until it becomes second nature once more. How to perform it. Find an empty hallway or spacious open area next to a wall. Stand at one end, resting one hand lightly against the wall for balance support if you need it. Begin walking and focus all your attention solely on your heel with every single step. Consciously extend your heel forward slightly and land it on the ground first. Notice the sensation of contact. Feel your weight roll through your foot and push off through your toes to move onward. Take 10 steps forward this way. Carefully turn around using tiny marching steps, then walk back 10 steps to your starting point. This counts as one full set. Complete 3 sets total, pausing for 30 seconds of rest between each set. Key points to remember. Slow your walking pace down drastically throughout this drill. Speed is the biggest barrier to relearning proper gait mechanics. The slower you move, the more precise control you have over each stride, and the stronger the neurological signal you send to your brain to lock in this new habit. Think of this as reprogramming your nervous system, not just casual walking. Once flat ground feels comfortable, practice on different flooring like carpet or hardwood floors. Minor surface variations force your nervous system to adapt, making your healthy walking pattern reliable in all real-life environments. Exercise 2. High knee marching. Shuffling inevitably weakens your hip flexor muscles, the group responsible for lifting your legs upward as you walk. Weak hip flexors reduce how high your feet rise off the ground, and low foot clearance turns rugs, door thresholds, and uneven pavement into constant trip hazards. This exercise specifically strengthens your hip flexors and restores your natural foot lifting reflex to keep your toes safely elevated above obstacles while walking. How to perform it. Stand behind a sturdy chair, resting both hands gently on the chair back for stability. March in place, lifting your right knee upward toward your chest as high as you can comfortably manage, then lower your legs slowly and controlled back to the floor. Repeat the same motion with your left knee to complete one full repetition. Do 15 lifts per leg, 30 total repetitions at a slow, intentional pace. The movement should require mild effort. If it feels effortless, you are not raising your knees high enough. Important focus tips. Keep your torso tall and upright the entire time. Do not lean backward as you lift your knees upward. All the lifting power should come from your hips, not momentum or leaning your upper body. Lowering your leg back down requires just as much control as lifting it up. The downward movement builds crucial eccentric leg strength needed for steady walking. Once stationary marching feels easy, begin marching slowly forward down your hallway, lifting each knee high before stepping and landing heel first with every stride. This combines the knee strengthening work with your heel strike practice, mimicking real-world walking as closely as possible while training at home. Exercise 3. Stride extension walking. Shuffling drastically shortens your walking strides, often cutting your step length down to half of what it was in your youth. Short strides are inherently unstable. They disrupt your balance rhythm, eliminate steady forward momentum, and lock your body weight into that unsafe forward-leaning position. This exercise gently encourages you to lengthen your strides back to a stable, natural range, rebuilding the muscle memory and confidence required for healthy gait. How to perform it. Place 2 small pieces of tape on your hallway floor 18 inches apart to mark your target stride length. Stand at one end of the hallway, step forward and aim to land your heel right at or just past the second tape marker. Alternate legs, consistently hitting this distance with every heel strike as you walk the full length of the hallway for 10 strides, then turn around and walk back. Complete 2 full trips down and back the hallway, keeping your focus entirely on extending your step distance and landing heel first each time. Guidelines for practice. Do not lunge or overstretch your leg awkwardly forward. The goal is a gentle, natural lengthening of your stride, not an exaggerated, forced movement. If 18 inches feels too far to reach comfortably, start with a 12-inch gap instead. The exact distance matters far less than building the habit of intentionally reaching your heel forward with every step. Gradually widen the tape markers by half an inch at a time as your strength improves, and you'll be amazed how quickly your stride naturally lengthens with consistent, mindful training. Exercise 4. Slow motion walking. Your proper walking mechanics always break down when you move at regular, everyday speeds. At a normal walking pace, you rely solely on old, ingrained habits and momentum instead of conscious muscle control. For anyone rebuilding healthy gait patterns, rushing through steps hinders progress entirely. Slow motion walking removes speed from the equation completely, forcing every leg and core muscle to engage independently with full, deliberate control. It's one of the most powerful neurological drills to retrain safe movement for older adults. How to perform it. Stand at the start of your empty hallway, then begin walking at the slowest pace you can possibly maintain. Move so gradually that each single step takes 3 to 4 full seconds to finish. Lift your foot up, pause briefly mid-air, extend your heel forward, lower it to the ground to land first. Feel your body weight roll across your foot, push off through your toes, and prepare for your next step. Walk all the way down the hallway in ultra-slow motion, carefully turn around, and walk back to your starting point. This counts as 1 set. Complete 2 sets total. Things to keep in mind. This exercise will feel odd and challenging at first. Slow walking strips away all the effortless shortcuts your habitual shuffling relies on. Every small wobble you experience works to strengthen your balance system, and every tiny ankle adjustment rebuilds your nervous system's responsiveness to the ground beneath you. Embrace the slight difficulty. That is exactly how your body gains stability over time. Once you feel steady walking slowly next to the wall, try closing your eyes for 2 or 3 consecutive slow steps. This drastically boosts balance and sensory awareness, speeding up neurological adaptation significantly. Exercise 5. Step over obstacles. Practicing in an empty hallway is a fantastic starting point, but daily life is filled with unavoidable obstacles. Area rugs, door sills, pet toys, electrical cords, garden hoses, and more. All of these pose major tripping risks for anyone with a shuffling gait and limited foot clearance. This drill trains your brain and legs to spot obstacles ahead of time, lift your foot high enough to clear them fully, and land safely on the other side. This exact quick sequence is what your body needs to execute instantly to avoid falls during everyday activities. How to perform it. Lay a pool noodle, rolled up bath towel, or another soft, lightweight object across your hallway floor, set to a height of 4 to 6 inches. Stand a few feet back from the obstacle, staying within reach of a wall or chair for support. Walk toward the item at a calm, controlled pace. When you reach it, intentionally lift your right foot high enough to clear the obstacle with plenty of room to spare. Step fully over it, then lift your left leg to cross the object completely. Continue walking a few steps past the obstacle, turn carefully, and repeat the stepping motion heading back the other way. Complete 5 passes in each direction, 10 total step-overs. Practice tips. Never rush as you approach the obstacle. Slow your pace slightly ahead of time. Lift your foot well before you reach the object, making a confident, deliberate stepping movement. The aim is to train your brain to anticipate barriers, react in advance, and clear them with steady control instead of panicking and tripping. Once this feels simple, adjust the obstacle height weekly or switch to items with different textures. You can also practice stepping over the object while holding a small, lightweight item in one hand, which mirrors the real-life scenarios where most accidental falls occur. Important safety precaution. Before you begin any of these 5 exercises, please take these safety guidelines seriously. Your well-being always comes first. If you have recently undergone hip or knee replacement surgery, are receiving treatment for plantar fasciitis, heel spurs, or any chronic heel condition, or your doctor has instructed you to avoid weight-bearing lower body exercise, consult your personal physician or physical therapist prior to attempting these movements. Certain drills may need to be modified to accommodate your unique physical limitations. Always practice beside a wall, kitchen counter, or sturdy chair to grab for balance if needed. Never hurry through any exercise. Wear non-slip indoor shoes or walk barefoot only on secure slip-resistant flooring. If you experience sharp pain, dizziness, or any uncomfortable sensations at any point, stop exercising right away. No movement routine is worth risking an injury or fall. Progress at your own comfortable speed and listen closely to what your body tells you. Closing thoughts. Over the course of this video, you've learned that persistent numbness and tingling in your legs and feet after age 70 don't have to be a permanent part of aging. Relief begins by activating the tiny intrinsic muscles in your toes, foot arches, and ankles, then gradually working upward through your ankles, calves, and full lower legs to restore healthy blood flow and nourish your damaged nerve pathways. Every movement in this daily routine builds upon the last, aligning perfectly with how the human body naturally heals itself. Seated toe and ankle stretches send the initial activating signal to your nervous system. Rolling a ball under your feet boosts circulation to the tiniest blood vessels in your soles. Shifting your weight back and forth from heel to toe reconnects your brain to the ground beneath your feet. Towel toe curls rebuilds the small foot muscle strength most older adults lose over time. And controlled heel raises combine all these benefits into one functional movement you can use all day long. When you stick to these exercises consistently, you don't need perfect form every single time, just regular daily practice. You will experience tangible, long-lasting improvements. The nighttime tingling that jolts you awake will fade. The morning foot numbness that makes your first steps of the day unsteady will resolve faster. And that heavy, disconnected feeling in your lower limbs will be replaced with a secure, grounded sense of balance. Circulation improves not through intense, grueling workouts, but through gentle, repeated daily movement. Small motions done each day send far clearer restorative signals to your nervous system than occasional strenuous exercise once a week. Your body adapts best to habits you remind it of daily, and this routine serves as that gentle daily reminder. The long-term advantages extend far beyond easing physical discomfort. Healthy nerve function and strong leg circulation preserve your balance, ease the constant fear of falling that robs countless seniors of their confidence, and keep you independent enough to walk to your mailbox, climb the stairs inside your home, spend time playing with your grandchildren, and navigate everyday life without constantly worrying whether your legs will hold you steady. That precious independence is invaluable. It's what makes aging fulfilling. Growing older does not mean surrendering control over how your body feels and moves. It means learning which gentle, intentional movements your body requires at this stage of life and choosing to prioritize them each day. These exercises are simple, safe, and their cumulative effects grow stronger week after week, month after month. I'd love to hear about your experience down below. Is your foot and leg numbness worse overnight, during daytime hours, or after sitting still for extended periods? Leave a comment sharing your age and where you're watching this video from. Your story may offer comfort and guidance to another viewer struggling with the same symptoms today. If you found this video helpful, type 1 in the comments. If you'd like adjustments to my content, feel free to leave a 0. Your feedback helps me create better videos for you all. Don't forget to like this video, share it with family or friends who could benefit from these tips, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more practical senior health guidance. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and here's to living your later years fully on your own terms.